I want you to write down 2 specific goals. One in your personal life, one in your professional life. A goal of something you're going to change and transform over the next 30 to 90 days. And I want you to write what it is you're going to change and then why you're going to change it. So you say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to shift my business and earn 10% more. But I want you to write in a paragraph why it's a must for you to do this. Why you must, why you will achieve it. Write with energy, write with a smile. Here we go. Now, how many of you have a clear outcome or goal that excites you, that's a must, not a should for you right now? Raise your hand, say I. How many of you have ever set a goal before, been excited about it, and then not followed through? Say I. Why? Because you either set the goal when you were not in a peak state, it was kind of like a should goal, not a must, or number 2, you're missing the second of the 5 keys to make you successful. And that is, what stopped you was limiting beliefs. Step 2 is you must change your limiting beliefs. You must change your limiting beliefs. Otherwise, you get excited. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been excited about a goal and I'm doing this, and then this voice inside of you goes, who are you kidding? Who's had this happen to you before? Raise your hand, say I. See, it's not enough to just have it be a must. Because if it's a must, but then inside of you, you think it's not going to happen, it's not possible, it never works, you've tried everything, then you're going to take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So in order to change this, you got to know how to change your limiting beliefs. Now, in the short time I've got here, I do a whole seminar called Date with Destiny. And if I only do it twice in a year, I do it once in the United States, once in Australia. And if I could tell you, I give you a money-back guarantee. It is the most powerful thing I do, by far. And it's not 3 hours, it's 6 days, total immersion. And if you decide you want to come to that, I know they've got some kind of special here. I think they'll do like 2 for 1 or something, because it's in Australia, is the closest place. Some of you will never do this. But if you're committed, if you want to go to a different level of your life, I guarantee you, totally money-back guarantee, it'll be the most powerful experience of your life. You can go the first 4 days of it, and if you don't think it's worth 10 times more than you paid for it, you get all your money back and leave. It won't happen. I've done it now for 20 years. It gets in and controls every belief in your mind. You figure out what controls you and you shift it. And when you shift it, it's not hard to succeed. The problem with succeeding is you got a goal, and you really want to make it happen, but maybe you're missing the tools. Some people have the goal, and it's clear, and it's a must, and they got the tools, but they got inner conflicts. Inner conflict says, I want to be totally fit, but I have a belief I don't have the time. I want to make millions of dollars, but I don't want anyone to ever judge me. They don't go together, right? I want to sleep till noon and become a billionaire. Okay? So these inner conflicts, even though we know what we want, they keep us from taking action. Now, what is a belief system? We all talk about beliefs all the time. I believe this, I believe that. All a belief is a feeling of absolute certainty about what something means. When you say, I believe something, you're saying, I have a feeling of absolute certainty about what this means. For example, if you said to me, Tony, I believe I'm intelligent, you're saying, Tony, I feel certain I'm intelligent. If you say, I believe I'm sexy, you're saying, I feel certain I'm sexy. Now, sometimes we have ideas that are not beliefs we're not sure about. Lots of things you think maybe, but you're not certain. You don't have the belief about it. But what's interesting is once you believe something, all you find is evidence to support what you believe, and you screen everything else out. I'll give you an example. I want you to do a little test with me right now. Sit up in your chair. Just sit up in a peak state in your chair. You don't have to stand up. Just sit up. And what I want you to do is, and when I say now, I want you to look everywhere in this room you can, and I want you to look for everything in this room, everything you can find that is brown. Go. Brown. Don't miss anything. Brown. Brown clothing, brown hair, brown anything. Look for brown. 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 Okay? Close your eyes. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to tell me everything that you saw that was red. If you see a lot more brown in your head right now than red, say yes. Okay, now open your eyes and look for red. Look for red. Anywhere you can find red. Look for red. Look for red. Any form of red. Anywhere look for red. Look for red. Look around you. Look behind you. Raise your hand if you found a lot more red this time than the last time. Raise your hand, say I. Why did you find more red this time? Because you're looking for it. Seek and you shall find. See, when you look for something, when you believe something, you find it everywhere. If you believe somebody's a mean, idiotic person, you'll find the mean part of them, even if it's not there. If you believe somebody's good, you find the goodness in them. Because the belief gives you a feeling of certainty, and you don't distract that. Now, here's what's really interesting. You'll find things that aren't even there. I guarantee you, you just now lied to yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong. How many of you saw beige shit and you called it brown just to feel more successful? How many saw burgundy and called it red just so you could count more things? See, we'll even shade things in our own mind to get our belief. So the reason you need to not only raise your standards, but step two, change your limiting beliefs, is unless you do it, it'll pull you backwards. It'll keep you from finding the answer. Now, how do we change a belief when it seems so complex? Well, how many of you in this room today, looking back on your life, how many of you can think of a belief that maybe you once had in your life that you used to really believe in this? And now 10 years later, 15 years later, you're almost embarrassed to admit you believe that stuff. How many got some beliefs that have changed like that? Raise your hand if you've got some of those. Say I. So beliefs can change. But let me show you, if you want to know why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, I'm going to show you in a diagram. And I've used this for years. It's so simple. But why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, I don't just mean financially rich. Do you ever notice how happy people tend to get more happy? And angry people tend to get more angry? Sad people tend to get more sad? It's because of momentum. But if you look on the screen here, I'd like you to draw 4 square boxes, parallel, just like the ones on the screen. 4 square boxes, 2 on the top, 2 below, parallel to each other. And as you draw these 4 square boxes, up in the 4 square boxes, up in the top left box, up in the top left-hand corner, in that box, write the word potential. Potential. In the top right-hand box, I want you to write the word action. In the bottom right-hand box, I want you to write the word results. And then in the bottom left-hand box, I want you to write the word belief or certainty. So 4 boxes, top left-hand box, write the word potential. Top right-hand box, write the word action. Bottom right-hand box, write the word results. And bottom left-hand box, write the word belief/certainty. And then just do one more thing. Draw a clockwise set of arrows between them all so that they become a circle that goes clockwise all the way. So it's a cycle. I call this the success or failure cycle, depending upon how you're using it. Now here's how it works, and here's my question for you. Let's start with the top left-hand box. What is any human being's potential? Do people have really huge potential or not? What would you say? Little, a lot? What would you say? Give me your out loud, quick. Okay, so people have a lot of potential. But the bottom right-hand box, do most people's results reflect their true potential as a human being, yes or no? No way. Why? Because most people aren't taking enough what? Action. But you know what's interesting? You can take a lot of action and still get lousy results. Is it true? If you're in sales, if you're a salesperson, and you knock on 100 doors, that's a lot of doors, and every time they open the door you say, "You wouldn't want to buy anything from me, would you?" You're probably not going to get great results. Now, sometimes you don't say that verbally, sometimes you say it non-verbally, because the thing that affects everything is your belief. Let me explain to you how. Let's say, for whatever reason, you have a belief, a feeling of certainty that says, it's never going to change, I can't make it better, I've tried everything. If you believe that things aren't going to get better, are you going to tap your full potential, yes or no? Come on, guys, yes or no? No way. If you think, it's not going to work out, you're not going to find your ability. Just like when you're looking for brown, you find brown. Right? When you don't think there's anything to find, you don't look for it. On the other hand, if you don't believe it's going to work out, not only are you not going to lose a lot of potential, but are you going to take massive action on something you think is going to fail? No. So when you don't believe, you take little potential, you take little action, and what kind of results do you get? Little, lousy. And when you get lousy results, what does that do to your belief? Your brain goes, see, I told you it wouldn't work. See, I told you it was a waste of time.